Hello and welcome to another edition of Currently in Quincy. I'm Joe Catalano, and today Rick Doan from Interfaith Social Services of Quincy is stopping by to chat about this year's annual Stop the Stigma 5K road race coming up later on this month. First, though, we take a look at the weather and the news for you. Currently in Quincy, partly cloudy right now. It's 47 degrees. I think the clouds will increase throughout the day today, and that breeze has a bit of a bite to it. A high only about 50, but feeling a little chillier with that wind. Tonight we get down into the mid-30s under cloudy skies. That sets us up for a cool, damp Tuesday with off and on showers, maybe even a snow flurry mixed in tomorrow morning. Might be some clearing later in the day tomorrow, but chilly with highs only into the mid-40s. And look at tomorrow night, down below freezing, so look out for some icy spots, believe it or not. Better on Wednesday, lots of sunshine, still kind of chilly. Temperatures only in the lower 40s, and starting a warming trend here on Thursday with sunny skies, highs in the low 50s, could be into the 60s on Friday, maybe a touch of 70 over the weekend. Right now, though, 47 degrees, partly cloudy here in Quincy. Checking out the news for you today, the Boston architectural firm of Schwartz Silver will be producing a feasibility design for a proposed performing arts center combined with an Adams Presidential Center in Quincy Center. Now, the city did award a $150,000 contract to that firm back in January from a field of 30 applicants for the job. Mayor Thomas Koch wants to tear down the city-owned Monroe building on Hancock Street and replace it with the new combined center. He says the Performing Arts Center could have seating for 1,000 to 1,500 people and host professional performances as well as community groups, including the Quincy Symphony Orchestra, the Quincy Choral Society, and the Quincy Art Association. And the nonprofit Adams Presidential Center would be responsible for creating its own exhibit in that building. Quincy City Council still waiting for a report from the administration about the Monroe building. Council President Ann Mahoney issued a request for a report on that building before they begin budget deliberations in May.
There's a lot of questions that have to be answered before we go into this budget cycle. So that's what this resolve is about. And I'm looking for that presentation in April before we go in. I think the mayor said he's going to be coming May 7th with the budget. So May 7th will be when the budget comes out. And then so we'll have at least two meetings in April that they'll be able to come in and present to one of those. It might be a finance meeting because it was referred to finance, so it won't be in the regular council meeting. But we should be having in one of the regular council meetings coming up in April the report on the Monroe building. It's been past 30 days at this point. They did give a 30-day kind of window on that. And I was asked to be patient because some of the people that are working on that have some family issues, which is understandable. But, you know, there are other people that can do the presentation. So we'll be expecting that in April for the Monroe building.
The city purchased the Monroe building for $15 million in 2021 using federal pandemic relief funds. Mahoney issued a resolution calling for a report on what the building is used for and any lease agreements. An earlier proposal from the mayor to create a 15-story tower at that site for Quincy College was rejected by the previous city council. Construction of the new Squantum Elementary School in Quincy hits a major milestone today. A topping-off ceremony earlier this morning marked the installation of the final steel beam on the tallest part of the structure of the new building. Mayor Thomas Koch, other city leaders, school officials, and some fifth graders all gathered to watch a crane hoist the beam into place. With a small evergreen on that beam, that centuries-old tradition is meant to honor the workers and bring good luck to the new building. Now, the new school is slated for completion in the fall of 2027. Students are currently attending classes in modular classrooms behind the construction site. Blue bikes are coming to Quincy. City recently received a $434,000 federal grant to bring the bicycle rental service from Boston into Quincy. A recent study by the Metropolitan Planning Organization identified 10 potential locations for blue bike stations in Quincy. Steve McLaughlin, the president of Quinn Cycle, says it's part of an overall plan to improve bicycle infrastructure in the city.
Allison Luff with TPAL recently released the Transportation Master Plan for Quincy, which outlines the next decade of infrastructure improvements they would like to see to make our community more accessible.
Interesting. Okay.
Hopefully in the next decade we start to see more, bike paths and more, safe lanes and things like that.
The Blue Bike stations would be located near the city's 4 MBTA stations, as well as near schools, parks, and libraries. Users access the bikes through an app, and they must return them to another docking station or else pay an extra fee. Lyft actually oversees the management of that system in order to prevent bicycles from being abandoned. A 30-minute trip costs $2.95. Day passes and annual memberships are also available. You may remember back in 2018, a similar service called Lime Bikes came to Quincy. That one left after only 2 years when many of those bikes were abandoned across the city. Some were even pulled out of Quincy Bay. About 200 seniors from Quincy and North Quincy high schools now have a better understanding of household finances after the recent 18th annual Credit for Life Fair that was held at the Terrell Room in Quincy. Students were assigned a hypothetical career and salary. Then they were challenged to build a budget covering everything from housing and transportation to education and unexpected costs. The students received information and assistance from local financial and community organizations, including Quincy Credit Union, South Bank, Mountain One, Bank of Canton, Coastal Heritage, Mass Bay Credit Union, Rockland Trust, the Hale YMCA, Bay State Financial, Mass Hire, South Shore Workforce Board, the Quincy Rotary Club, Quirk Auto Dealers, Realtor Deb Riley, Dave Donahue Insurance, Manet Health, Quincy Schools, Food Services, and Quincy College. It's our check of news for you today. Coming up, Interfaith Social Services preparing for another annual Stop the Stigma event. We'll get all the details next. Welcome back. Our good friend from Interfaith Social Services, Rick Doan, has stopped on by with information about the annual Stop the Stigma 5K road race coming up actually at the end of this month, but there's always tons of stuff going on at Interfaith, and Rick is here to tell us all about it. Happy spring.
Happy spring, good friend.
Excellent. It's great to have you
We
here.
are. It's always good to talk with you.
How many years now?
17.
Yes.
That I've been at Interfaith.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we've been chatting ever since.
Yeah, I love it. It's great.
Actually, today would be a great day for the Stop the Stigma 5K because if you're a runner, you like it a little cooler.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. And we had a little precipitation last year.
Yeah.
And we've been guaranteed that we won't have any this year.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
None.
By who?
By the powers that be.
Okay. I want to see it in writing.
It never rains on 5K day.
Well, rain or not, it's happening.
Right. It is.
Yes.
Yeah, we're hoping for 1,000 people this year.
April 25th at the Kennedy Center. Starts at 8:30 in the morning is registration, I think?
Yeah, and then the information's all on the website.
Okay.
People can go in. The T-shirt deadline has passed.
Okay.
So we still are accepting, people they can come in and register. And this year, actually, if they miss the T-shirt deadline, they can buy a shirt there.
Oh, that's new.
It is new. We have merch.
Okay.
So this is,
There you go.
we have magnets and beanies and T-shirts.
Yep.
A lot of people were asking for these items.
All right.
That they wanted to raise awareness about stopping the stigma, because that's what this is about.
Right.
Stopping the stigma of mental illness and addiction.
Yeah, for folks who aren't aware, we should, take a step back and explain what this is all about.
Yeah, so our Interfaith Social Services Mental Health Counseling Center, New Directions, has been here in Quincy serving people for nearly 80 years. And this event supports that.
Right.
So the funds raised through our merch.
Yes.
And our registration and things like that,
Yep.
all support people in need in the community, because as much people are struggling paying for groceries and gas and
Very
all
stressful.
the basic necessities in life.
Yeah.
Their health care, their mental health, their behavioral health should not be one of the things they sacrifice.
Right.
So we try to make sure that our programs are accessible to everybody who needs the help
Yep.
when they reach out.
It's like a sliding scale fee, right?
That's right.
Okay.
Yep. It operates on a sliding fee scale for
Yeah.
people who don't have health insurance.
Okay.
And people who do have health insurance, we do take many forms of insurance.
Okay, good to know.
I just said insurance a lot of times there.
Well, it's important.
Yeah.
Talking about paying for things, that can be very stressful. If you feel you need some help but feel you can't afford it, that's going to just add more stress.
Well, and you said talk about not affording it.
Yeah.
There's people who are insured but are underinsured.
Yes.
Meaning they can't afford the copay.
Right.
They can't afford the deductible. And so we want to make sure they can access that treatment.
Sure.
But it's about raising awareness. So many of us have loved ones who are living with a mental health diagnosis, who are living with mental illness, living with an addiction, or we ourselves are struggling with it. And this is a way of saying there's nothing shameful about that.
right, stopping the stigma. of it,
That's right.
It still exists, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
And hopefully each year it gets a little bit less.
Right.
Here on the South Shore.
This particular event has been going on for how long now, right?
Over 50 years.
Yeah.
This is our 52nd
That's
or
amazing.
53rd.
Yeah.
52nd, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and it was called something else, I think, before. It was called Stop the Stigma, right?
50 years. There were a lot of
Yeah, a lot
iterations.
of iterations, but-
People from the South Shore have been gathering to move
Yes.
for 50 years
Yes.
as a group.
Yes.
Whether it was a walkathon and now a 5K.
Right.
It's about the community coming together for a purpose.
Yep. So 1,000 people, would that be the most ever?
It would be,
Yeah.
and we feel like last year we would have surpassed that if it hadn't been for some
A
precipitation.
little dampness.
But we are
April
on
showers.
track. That's right.
Yeah.
We're on track,
Okay.
and it was amazing. Even though it did rain last year, the
Yeah.
number of people, there was 800 people.
It's amazing.
It was amazing.
Yep. How much does this raise typically?
Our goal this year is $175,000.
Okay.
And that partially helps sustain the counseling program. Not completely. We
Really?
do have corporate funders that give donations, and we have insurance payments that help to pay for it too.
Okay.
But $175,000 really sustains it.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
So how does it all work? What's going to be happening on
Well-
Saturday, April 25th at the Kennedy Center?
First, we have some amazing partners. Like the sponsors that sponsor the event, you have Arbella Insurance, Wolfpack, Charitable. They have been sponsoring for years as presenting level, and we're so grateful. But also, Mayor Koch, the city of Quincy, is a sponsor of this event. Heritage companies, are a great supporter of ours. We are so grateful for Heritage. And then Boston Harbor Studios is a new sponsor this year, and we're really excited for their participation. But those sponsors really make it possible.
Sure.
And one of the things we've been hearing for years at the event that we've expanded this year
Yes.
is medal categories. That's with a D. Medal.
Oh.
That you can win a medal.
Oh, all right, okay.
And so now we have medal categories from ages 6 through above 70.
Is that right? Okay.
3 winners in each category,
Okay.
so 6 to 12, 13 to 19. Some of the 20, 30-year-olds, they didn't love being grouped in with the teenagers.
Oh, I see.
And the teenagers, so but we have a lot of different categories, about a dozen different categories that people get medals. So that's a motivator for
Oh,
people.
all right, okay.
And we're happy to do that to support them. We got food, so Hetty Sweets. They're offering sort of brunch-style items. There'll be a
Okay.
food truck there that people can pay and get that because not everybody's walking and running.
True.
We
yes.
have people that come to cheer on their loved
Oh,
ones.
sure, yeah.
And we're grateful to them.
Okay.
But we also have bagels that are donated. Polar Beverages donates. So we have fruit and other things like that.
Sure.
But one of the things that has really drawn more people into the event is the raffle.
Ah,
So we have a really good raffle.
go ahead and tell us.
All right, so some of the items,
Yes.
not all of them, really amazing tickets to Sleeping Beauty by Boston Ballet.
Huh.
But a really cool one is the Red Sox, where you get to go and get these amazing seats. You get to go onto the warning track and watch warm-ups.
Oh, neat.
You get an announcement on the Jumbotron.
Oh, really?
It is a really cool package.
That is cool.
Lots of fun things. Members, Mahjong classes.
Huh.
That's a big thing now.
Who knew? Okay.
Yeah, it's really hotel stays, restaurants. But we did something this year where sometimes people find it hard to decide what they're going to buy tickets for.
Yep.
And they can buy as many tickets as
Of
they
course,
want.
yes.
But that they can buy $100 and get entered into everything.
Oh, okay.
They get one entry for everything.
Oh, that's clever.
So it's
yeah.
a fun way to do it. And also it's open to everybody.
Great.
So
You don't have to run.
no,
Okay.
they can go to our website, buy tickets.
Oh, right now it's live?
Right now
Oh,
it's
okay.
live.
Okay.
And it'll be live through the 29th, so a couple days after the 5K.
Oh, all right.
And people can go on and buy tickets, and while they're buying those tickets, they can get something fun
Yep.
while supporting a really good cause.
Okay. So they don't have to be there that day if
No.
they to win.
Anybody watching right now,
Yes.
they can participate. They can stop the stigma
Yep.
by buying a raffle ticket.
Okay, and there's two separate websites, right? There's the regular Interfaith website.
Yep.
But also Stop the Stigma 5K website.
And they'll all get you to the same place.
Same place, okay.
Yeah, so go to that same place. They'll be able to buy tickets, register for the 5K. We are still taking registrations.
Okay.
We don't take them the day of.
All right.
So people do need to register ahead of time.
Okay, up until
Yeah.
the day before?
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
all right.
ideally before.
Before, yeah.
Most people wait to see the forecast.
Well, that's you should know a few days before how the weather's going to be.
But
Yeah.
our real supporters, they do it
the
ahead of
diehards.
time. Yeah.
Okay.
We love those people. We love everybody.
Of
But we
course.
love the people who register well enough ahead of time.
Yeah. I'm guessing you get folks who maybe have gone through some counseling at New Directions
Yeah.
that want to give back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have one of the things we do, we have a big billboard, a big sign
Yeah.
that every year we put it up for people to sign why they're running.
Oh, okay.
And then we put it up at our office. And I look at it every single day.
Do you really?
And I see the people saying, I'm running for my sister.
Right.
I'm running for my brother that we lost to suicide.
Okay.
I'm running because I'm a survivor. I'm running to support my clients. I'm running. All these, walk or run.
Sure, okay.
You don't have to run.
Good point.
People can
Yeah,
walk.
good point.
But people participate for a lot of different reasons.
You know, we see that in, of course, the Boston Marathon.
Yep.
People have their own personal reasons.
Definitely.
So this might be considered, if they're not going to run 26.2 miles, this could be their marathon, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, and it's doing something together as a community that's difficult.
Right.
A 5K is not easy.
No.
And it's going up, especially those hills in Squantum.
Yes.
Can be a little daunting sometimes. It's a beautiful view, but we're gathering together. We're doing something together. We're doing something that's difficult. And there's a lot of parallels to that about what people are going through.
Right, exactly,
And so it can be what feels like a marathon for some people.
Oh, I'm sure. Well,
but it's
a little
also
over 3 miles, right? So 5Ks.
well, but I mean, it's thinking about the people who are in it.
Right.
Who are in the midst of a mental health crisis.
Or have someone that is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, it's wonderful to be able to support
So
them.
that's the shared experience.
For sure.
Yeah.
It is cathartic.
Yeah.
It is inspiring to be there with everybody for that purpose. And to be running with them, walking with them, buying raffle tickets with them.
Now having food with them.
Exactly. It's really great.
Yeah. So can we talk about the logistics of it all, Rick?
Sure.
That happens
Yeah.
that day. Starts at the Kennedy Center.
It's at the Kennedy Center, but we have parking down at Marina Bay.
Oh, all right. Okay.
So we have parking down there, and we have shuttle
Shuttles.
buses that bring people up.
Great.
If somebody's bringing a stroller, it's better if they drop that off ahead of time.
Oh,
so,
all right.
Stop at the Kennedy Center, drop off that person, drop off the stroller, then drive the car down and park at Marina
Okay.
Bay,
Take the
and the
shuttle
shuttle
back.
will bring them back.
Okay.
And they're going all day,
Oh, sure.
those shuttles.
Okay.
And Marina Bay is a great partner. The Kennedy Center is a great partner. The Senior Center, we're just so grateful for the Council on Aging and everybody there. And we've been working together for years and are just grateful for their space.
Okay. So it takes off at 9 o'clock that morning?
Our website will give you all those details.
Okay.
But it is wrapped up by 11.
All right.
And we do Stretch in Motion is one of our new partners that will help provide warm-ups and stretching before and after the 5K.
That's important.
It is.
Okay.
Got to be prepared.
Especially after a long, cold winter, we've been hunkered down.
That's right.
This
that's
might be your
right.
first physical exertion
Yep.
other than snow shoveling.
Well, and hopefully people won't need sunscreen, but you got to wear it. You got to be prepared for everything.
For sure, yeah. What's
Yeah.
the actual route?
So it leaves the Kennedy Center, goes down and around Squantum,
Okay.
and then back to the Kennedy Center.
Okay.
And we have cheerleaders and our blister patrol is what we call it.
Okay.
Out on the route, making sure everybody's okay.
Oh, okay.
And we have crossing guards, just cheering everybody along, also making sure that they go on the right route.
Sure, well, that too. You don't want
Yeah.
them lost in Squantum.
No. And, a shout out to the Squantum community.
Yes.
They are amazing. Like, we're coming in and they're out there. People watch from their lawns and they come out and they cheer
Make
on
an event of it
the
themselves.
walkers
Yeah.
and runners. I mean, they don't have to do that. And it's really special, and we're very grateful to Squantum. They write messages on the seawall
Nice.
to cheer the runners on.
Wow.
Squantum, they're doing it right.
They show up?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Way
that's
to go,
nice.
Squantum.
By the way, it starts at 9:30. We checked your website.
Thank you. I got lots of other notes. That's the one thing I didn't. We
don't want to get yelled at when you go back.
Yes, didn't want to give wrong information.
That's right. So it starts and ends at the Kennedy Center.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. Kickoff is all there. It is professionally timed.
It is. Okay.
So when you register, you get those reports, and we have a growing community of runners that do this, but a lot of the people are there for the mission.
Absolutely. Do you see repeat runners
Yeah.
and walkers?
We have one of our walkers. She has been doing this event almost as long as we've been doing it.
That's incredible.
She is one of our food pantry volunteers.
Okay.
Her name is Linda. And so she has a shirt from every 5K, dating back to before I was born.
Wow.
And when she comes to volunteer in the food pantry, she wears a different shirt for every shift. And she's got almost enough to cover every week of the year.
Sure.
But yeah, we have people that have been doing this for generations.
Wow.
This has become an annual tradition. And it's a great way to teach your kids about what's important and to facilitate some important conversations about what mental health is and that there's nothing shameful about asking for help.
Yeah, I know it's that's the whole purpose of the title, is Stop the Stigma.
That's right.
Do you think it's helping?
I feel it is.
Okay.
The world is a big place, but luckily we don't have to change the world. We're looking at our community. And if you can't change your community, you look to your family. You look to your immediate circle. And this event is prompting conversations amongst a lot of people. So I feel that in our circles we are, and hopefully in our community we are as well.
Okay, all right. You mentioned the food pantry. It just made me realize that were you still looking for a new home for the food pantry?
We are.
You are.
We
Okay.
are. We're looking here in Quincy, trying to find somewhere where we can move the food pantry, change the whole model. We know that wherever we go, people might think that line of cars is coming with us, but it's not.
Okay.
We're looking to move the food pantry somewhere where there won't need to be a line anymore, because we'll be able to operate it all day and eliminate that need for the line
Right.
and provide a great experience for our clients and the community.
Okay, so that's putting that out there for you.
Anybody got some real estate, give me a call.
Quincy Center area, I'm guessing, right?
We're anywhere in Quincy,
All right.
as long as it's reasonable distance to public transportation.
Okay.
So anybody reach out. I'd be happy to have a conversation.
Okay, I just thought while you were here, right?
Hey, yes, trying to get the word out.
Let's get the word out. Yeah,
Yeah.
Absolutely. Anything more we need to touch on for your Stop the Stigma?
I think we have covered it.
Because you've been given a homework assignment to make sure you mentioned everybody and everything.
We have an amazing team at Interfaith, from our staff members to our volunteers, and events like this can only happen because of great people like Paula and Jennifer from our team who work so hard on this event, and our amazing committee that puts this event together and helps us to get all the raffle items and to sort of bounce ideas off of. What do you think about this? How would this work?
Yes.
And the really important question of what color the shirts are going to be, because there's some strong feelings.
What color are the shirts this year?
They
Rick?
are a brilliant purple.
Oh, all right.
They're really nice.
Okay.
They're nice.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got voted for my color choice, but purple was very popular.
What was your choice?
It might pop up in another year.
Okay. We don't want to
Yeah.
let the cat out of the
No,
bag.
purple, it looks really good.
Okay.
They made a good choice. They have better taste than I do.
Do you need help that day?
We are always looking for volunteers, whether it is that day, and all the information is on our website.
Okay.
So people can go in, say that they're interested in volunteering. I think we do still have a couple of spots left for
Okay.
Saturday.
All right.
We do our distribution of bibs and all that kind of thing the night before.
I see.
But so if people wanted to, they can reach out. But our food pantry, our other programs, thrift shop, we're always looking for volunteers as well.
There, sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
I hope you have a great day, weather-wise. I know folks will show up regardless.
We will. It'll be great.
But if not, the raffle is open right now.
It is.
Yeah.
And anybody can do it.
Even if it's raining, they can do that.
Absolutely.
They can do that.
And even, yes, absolutely.
Rick, thanks so much for stopping by.
Thank you. Thanks for being a great supporter and for letting the community know about the important things that are going on.
We're happy to help.
Okay.
Check the forecast, speaking of, for the rest of the day today. Not bad to get out for a walk or a run. Clouds will increase this afternoon. It'll stay dry, though, and kind of breezy with the high around 50 degrees. Chilly night tonight, mid-30s, and tomorrow's kind of the gray, damp side of April with off and on showers, maybe a flurry thrown in there for good measure. Temperatures won't even get to 50, and they'll go below freezing tomorrow night. So take a little step backwards here, but we'll rebound on Wednesday and Thursday with sunshine and temperatures starting to climb toward the end of the week. Thanks again to Rick Doan for stopping by from Interfaith.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks to our crew. Thank you for watching Friday here on the show. Quincy Tourism Director Dagny Ashley stopping by. Find out what she has planned tourism-wise here in the city for 2026. Hope you can join us. Please check our website anytime. That's qatv.org. You'll find all of our latest programs along with news and information. There's video on demand. There's live streaming and much more. For all of us here at QATV, I'm Joe Catalano. Have a great week.